The mysterious case of the Nintendo Switch Mini is quite the finicky one, and I imagine if you were a detective, this would be a nightmare scenario because it's never quite officially confirmed, and yet it also never goes away. Last week we saw a few accessories leak for the supposed Switch Mini from a Chinese manufacturer, but we chose to skip over that because the authenticity seemed a bit murky. Well, today that changes as a much more believable leak has occurred, this time from a far more reputable source and accessory maker.
Yeah, this comes from BigBen, Zach, which they publish games for crying out loud. They probably know a thing or two about what the Switch is doing in the background as far as like Nintendo and hardware, and they have this silicone case which looks uber real. This looks like one of the cheap products you order on Amazon for like $10, and yeah. But regardless, this is exciting because if this is real, then that means a announcement is probably imminent.
Close, yeah.
Yep.
So why is this important and why should you care? Well, first let's touch on the origins of this leak. It comes from Win Factory, which is a German tech site, and they got this tip from Roland Quant, who is a leak beagle, a rumor rat. He provided them this from supposedly a reputable source, and it is an image of like a real case in packaging, which is very intriguing. This isn't just like a slot on a website. This is someone saying, here, I have a picture of this. And both Win Factory and BigBen are reputable, and therefore it seems a lot more likely that this is to be real. And if it is real, they would have, I feel, a much better sense of what's actually happening than perhaps something that, one, originated just on a message board, or two, originated from a random Chinese manufacturer. So it's important because it's probably getting us much closer, as Gabe mentioned, to an announcement. Let's look at the box itself. Let's look at this case. It's just a silicone case, nothing special, but it says Switch Mini 2 on the bottom corner. I want to address that because that's a little odd. It's just the Switch Mini, not the Switch Mini 2, but you had a good way of looking at this.
Yeah, I buy a lot of cheap stuff on Amazon, Zach, and I've actually seen something like this where like they just don't even get the product name correct in the box, because a lot of them do come from like foreign countries, and like the translation gets like mixed up, and frankly it doesn't even matter. So I don't think that should be like an indication that this is like automatically fake or anything. We do see things like this in cheaper products all the time.
Right, and we don't know if this is like the ready-to-go store shelf product or more of like a test product, test packaging. I also want to point out that the actual silicone case you see is different than the render that they show in the bottom corner, indicating how this silicone protective case would fit over the supposed Switch Mini. So you'll notice that on the actual physical silicone case, the left side, the left Joy-Con, has two circular slots. Well, if you look down on the render, it is a circular slot and a cross slot. So this has me thinking that, one, I trust the physical product more than I trust the render. But two, the left Joy-Con must be a change in some way or some form.
And why wouldn't you change it, right? If these things are permanently attached to the Switch, no detachment, no reason to not have a real D-pad, right? That's something I would want. I know that's something a lot of other users would want. The reason for the D-pad being the way it is on the left Joy-Con now is so that people can have the exact same control, play together, all that. But that just doesn't apply here. And I feel like the mistake from like the render to the actual product could just be explained away with what I mentioned earlier, that sometimes these like cheaper products, they don't pay the most attention to
or
things
it's
like
not
this.
finalized, packaging.
Yeah, who knows?
Any number of things. But
Alternatively, I just want to get this out now. People are very good at faking things.
Yes.
They really are.
Worth
So I
pointing
want to
out.
throw that out.
Yeah. Again, this doesn't originate from Reddit or something. It does come from a site and a leaker that they trust, so we have to give it more credence. And regardless of the form factor of the Joy-Con or the circle slots, the cross slots, I think what's important here is that this is really ramping up, right? It's really building, and since E3 it seems like it's going in an accelerated pace. So I don't know how close a potential announcement is, but it sure feels like it's getting near.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for it. I feel like it's coming. That's just my personal opinion. You guys can have your own personal opinion. Zach, what do you think? Do you think it's coming soon?
I mean, I really think it's coming, and I think it's going to be quick. The more and more this happens, the more it shows up from reputable places and from bigger accessory manufacturers. Like, they're not doing this just for giggles, right? They're not just making this for the heck of it.
I will say, though, to use a Batman analogy, Zach, I don't know if you've heard this, but, in the Batman world, people have wondered, is like Batman creating all these villains, or is Like, do they only exist because of Batman,
Right.
stuff like that? Like, do these like rumors all just keep existing because of the rumors, and it's like exciting, so people just keep making stuff up, or was this just like natural,
like
just-
leapfrogging off of
Yeah,
a past
yeah.
leak or a past rumor, right? It could be, but there are so many rumors, leaks, and actual reports. We've gone from just verbiage and Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg talking to now images and now Big Ben, a physical image. So it's getting definitely much more intense. Give us your take in the comments down below. Let us know if this is making you turn the corner more towards the side of a Switch Mini being a reality and more a matter of when instead of if. I think that's kind of how we feel, but we'll definitely keep you posted if anything else develops. In the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Let us know what you think. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and are pumped for something new for the Switch, whatever it may be. And until next time, for myself and Gabe, thanks so much. Switch Force, out.